Good morning, dear viewers out there. And it's a rainy day here in the city of Abuja. How is your area? How is the weather there? I'm promising Njoku-Adibe your anchor for today. And joining me in the studio is one super radical human rights activist in the person of Mr. Paul Smith. Obasi. Good morning, Mr. Paul.
Good morning.
You look very gentle this morning. Is it the weather?
I'm okay. I'm
Uh,
okay.
okay.
Yes.
Well, it's good to have you come talk to us. We would want to, your
Thank you.
wealth of knowledge really come handy in this conversation. Okay. I have virtually joining us all the way from Delta State, Prince Godstime Ukuanovwe. He is a human rights activist and a politician. Well, in the course of our program, we shall be having a legal practitioner join us in the person of Barrister Prince Wayne Chikezie, and when he comes in, definitely we'll let you know. So, viewers, feel free to call in. Let's hear what you have to say with regards to what we should be talking about this morning. The number to call in is showing on your screen, as well as our social media platforms are also showing on your screen. So please feel free to call in or send in your comments. And don't forget, yes, don't forget to share the link with your friends and families, everyone around you. If you're just joining us, this is now streaming on ACNN TV, coming to you live from the city of Abuja. Now, World International Day for Justice is observed every 17th of July, and it holds a special significance, especially for Nigeria, where the pursuit of justice and accountability remains an ongoing challenge. Believe me, it is. Now, despite progress, the country still grapples with impunity, corruption, and human rights violation. As Nigeria joins the global community in commemorating this day, it is an opportunity to reflect on the nation's journey towards justice. It is an opportunity to recommit to strengthening its institutions and to honor the resilience of victims and advocates who seek truth and accountability. Now, today, we all, especially in ACNN TV, we stand in solidarity with Nigerians seeking justice and a better future for all. Viewers, this is another segment of Now Streaming Discussion. And still with me in the studio is Mr. Paul Smith Obasi. He is, like I said earlier, a human rights activist and activist, I beg your pardon, and a politician. If you watch him earlier, the vibration, you will know, say, na correct human rights activist. And then joining us virtually all the way from Delta State is Mr. Prince Godstime Ukuanovwe, who is also a human rights activist and a politician. So let me start with you, Mr. Ukuanovwe. Let's talk about international justice, World Day International Justice. Let me hear from your own point of view. What do you think about this day? Why do you think we should keep celebrating it? Is there really justice? Is it worth celebrating? Let me hear from you.
Okay, first and foremost, I salute everyone that has suffered huge setback, death, injury in regards to injustice in this country. That is victims of human rights abuse. And I want to honor the courage of all civil rights, the civil members of the civil society and human rights activists for their jobs so far. It's very simple. Mine is that I will always say it's very simple. The World Day of Justice is an important day in the history of mankind. Why is it so? Because injustice anywhere is injustice everywhere. That is to say, once you have injustice here in Africa, in Delta States, injustice will thrive everywhere around this very country. So if we continue to celebrate the World Day of Justice, it will become a reminder to everyone, non-state actors, civil rights organizations, and the entire civil society community to continue to work for the actualization of the upholding of fundamental human rights, social justice, and all of the above. So the continuous celebration of the World Day of Justice is a direct reminder for we to remember that justice should be attained in all facets of life, that there should be equality in the distribution of the resources of the country. There should be equality, no gender biasness, and they should uphold the fundamental human rights and the civic human rights as enshrined in the 1999, in Chapter 4 of the 1999 Constitution. So to me, the celebration of the day is very crucial to the development of our country and the world at large. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Ukuanovwe. Indeed, it is very crucial to humanity. Okay, so let me come to Mr. Paul Smith. He has smiled. I have not asked anything. He's already smiling. Okay, so I want to ask, I want to know your take on violation of human rights in Nigeria, and then would you say the government is actually doing its best to curb this insensitivity and the injustices and human rights violation here in Nigeria? That's beautiful.
So to answer your question is that human rights violation in Nigeria is what will I call it? Is a norm. Injustice. Nigeria is littered with injustice. Nigeria is littered with injustice. So there is no human right. There is nothing like human right in Nigeria. The violation is very, very high, and our government is at the forefront of this. Now, our government has no single respect for human rights. It is clearly seen every day, from the way we are being policed by the police, from the way we are being governed by politicians, from the way our judges preside over matters, from the way we are being treated in hospitals, from the way we are being treated by by uniform men, VIO, road safety, and all of that, from the way even AEDC, just ordinary public servants, from the way they treat us. There is nothing like human right in this country. Injustice is in the highest form of existence. Whatever way, anywhere you want to measure injustice, just look at Nigeria. What we call justice in Nigeria is a mirage. It's a mirage for the media, for the global community to think that there is justice in Nigeria. It's a mirage. What we call justice in Nigeria is a mirage. It is not factual. It's not real. It does not exist. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. It does not exist. You give a public servant small opportunity to preside over a matter, and injustice everywhere. Injustice. You see a good policy that should serve the people. When people you put there to begin to manage and enforce such policies, it becomes a bane to the people. It becomes pain to the people. You understand? So you find out that injustice is a norm in Nigeria, and it shouldn't be so. So there is nothing to celebrate when it comes to justice in Nigeria. There is absolutely nothing to celebrate, because if there is anything to celebrate, then where is it? Is it tangible? Can we relate to it? Okay. Can we relate to it if there is anything to celebrate? So there is nothing to celebrate about justice in this part of the world.
Have you been a victim of?
Of course,
directly.
Of course, I'm a victim. Daily, I'm a victim. Of course.
Okay.
Even the fact that I'm an Igbo man in Nigeria, I'm a victim of injustice. The title Igbo man to my personality as a tribe, already I'm suffering injustice. There are places I should not go to. There are things I should not say. Because why? Because I'm an Igbo man.
Well, it's quite unfortunate.
So it is a daily occurrence.
Okay, so just take a chill pill. Take a chill pill, Mr. Paul Smith. Take a chill pill. We all are striving for a better Nigeria.
Of course.
Yeah, viewers out there, have you been a victim of injustice? Please feel free to call in and share your experience with us. The number to call in is showing on your screen. And if you can't call in, I always say send in your comments to us. We'll definitely read them out. And let me come to Mr. Ukuanovwe. This present government have said, they've put a whole lot of mechanism in place to fight injustice. Would you say Nigeria is getting better with her fight against human rights violations?
Okay, before I proceed to answering that very question, let me just respond to my brother over there in the studio. He
Okay.
had, while he was responding earlier, he had inferred that there was nothing to celebrate as regards to justice.
Okay.
Now, the celebration of the International Justice Day, it is not a jamboree. What it is meant for is a call for discussion, call for convergence, for people of like minds, people that believe in the rule of law and social justice, for them to come together, discuss, brainstorm, discuss issues like this, like he has mentioned, the majority of the lapses he have mentioned, and provide solution. Saying that what you are doing advocacy and you do not want to be called an activist is kind of laughable, though. But we should understand that
I think he's
activism is not
entitled.
a job
I think he is entitled to his
we should
opinion in
understand
that
that.
regards.
Yes, yes, activism is
Okay,
not
so
a
let
job
me hold
description
you on again. We
anymore.
have a caller. Sorry, Mr. Ukuanovwe. We have a caller now. Sorry.
The picture is that the man that is on studio was me. That think so. He has said everything that is happening in Nigeria. That is, I consider that is, I'm very happy for what he said. That is the one that is on studio now. I'm very happy because he has said everything. You know, what is happening in Nigeria. There's no there's nothing like no justice, no nothing in Nigeria. Nigeria is corrupt. The man is speaking. He's talking sense. That is
Okay.
it. So I just want to appreciate the man for the man that is on studio.
Thank you very
That's
much.
what I'm saying.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sunday. All the way from Enugu State, we truly appreciate your contribution. So, Mr. Ukuanovwe, go ahead. We're listening to you.
Okay, so what we should understand that activism is not a job description, and the celebration of the International Day of Justice is not a jamboree. It's not to celebrate that there is justice existing already. It is to bring all the persons that are fighting for social justice together, identify the issues and the problems, and find a possible means in providing solution. It is more like a day for holding conference and conversation, not to celebrate. So it is that is how it is. Now, what we need to understand is the government, they will always say that they are doing their best. We understand that the federal government, headed by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, they are afraid that they do not have solution to our numerous problems. However, we will see fall back to majority of our people, that is the citizens. Majority of us do not even know our
Okay,
left from
sorry,
our right,
Mr.
do not even know
Ukuanovwe. Sorry, I have
what
to cut
our
you
rights
short
are.
again. Sorry, I have to cut you short again. We have another caller. Sorry, I will let you finish up.
Okay, my name is Bembo from Calabar.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Paul has made it clear to us that every Nigerian must rise up. I am a policeman. I have never been happy with even the activities of the Nigerian police.
Wow.
This is shocking.
And again, we need this radical change in Nigeria. I have been Nigerian police force for 21 years, but I've never been happy with the activities of the police. And wherever I go, I made it clear. How can government give you arm and you're on the road collecting money? Without the arm, do you think the drivers will give you money? If there is no arm, would the driver give money to the police? So it's like we are official armed robbers. The same thing with custom. A custom man with arm, passengers will be afraid to give money. So what is the essence of arming the police that are using the gun to extort Nigerians? So we have failed virtually, but Nigerian youths would work in line with Paul and bring a change to this country. Like me, I'm a radical change agent. I believe in the change. Corruption must be killed.
Exactly.
Nigerians must rise against corruption. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr.
bless
Bimbo.
you.
That is really, it took so much courage for you to have said that on live TV. We truly appreciate you. We truly appreciate you. This change we've been advocating for must surely come by God's grace. Okay, Mr. Ukuanovwe, let me allow you finish up. Please go ahead.
So the federal government, via their statement, they are only making excuses for their their lack of idea in curbing insecurity and attending to Nigerians. They do not even know what to do. They don't even know their job description at the moment. I believe that the federal government is even confused. So that is why they are making excuses.
Okay.
Then the main issue, our people, we have to understand that the rights that are being violated on daily basis by the agents of state, people that are supposed to protect our life, property, and protect our rights. Majority of us are not even seeing the Police Act. If you have seen the Police Act and the police is doing what is not in the act, you will correct them. But majority of us do not even know our rights. This right we are talking about it is not even civil right. This right we are talking about, human rights, is not civil. Human right is the right that is given to us by God. And some persons, they feel that they are more powerful, more connected, because they are harmed. They continually infringe on these rights on daily basis, and these issues does not top the conversations in our national tabloid on daily basis. Go to the newspaper on daily basis. None of them is addressing human rights abuse. None of them is addressing injustice. You see them discuss trivial issues on daily basis, whereas we should be discussing issues that affect our people directly. Look at hardship everywhere. Majority of our people, young Nigerians, they are privileged to wake up to the reality and hold the government accountable, hold the relevant apparatus accountable. What we are doing on daily basis, we go on TikTok to do TikTok challenge, we discuss other issues on the social media without discussing what should naturally make life better for our people. Okay. The injustice we are talking about is not only done to us by the federal government, it is not only done to us by the agent of the state, it is also done to us by ourselves. We are part and parcel of the injustice that we are talking about as it pertains to Nigeria, because I believe that Nigerians, we all, 99% of us, are not patriotic enough to this country. We are not patriotic enough to say the truth as it should be.
Okay.
We only want to benefit. It does not favor us. We begin to cry foul, and we do not even amplify our voices. So it is proper and it is crucial for us to understand that the rights that are being violated on a daily basis, we are part and parcel of the reason why it continues to thrive. Because the voices that are speaking for the upholding of rule of law and social justice in Nigeria are very few. And we need everybody to come on board. Let us discuss this issue. Let us keep this conversation beyond the day for International Day of Justice. Beyond occasions like this. Once issues comes up, we should be able to address them. And this country is going to become a better place. It is not all about complaining. It's about holding conversation and bringing possible solutions to these very issues. Like when you talk about police brutality and extortion, the Nigerian police force, irrespective of the fact that I am a strong advocate for the reform of the Nigerian police, because I believe that majority of the issues that they have happens during their recruitment and their training. I believe that the average personnel of the Nigerian police force does not have the requisite training to function as a security operative. One, from the handling of firearm and their character. But however, you can see that the Nigerian police force, they have established relevant sectors in attending to issues of human rights abuse and abuse of power by the men of the Nigerian police force, which is one of them, which is the CRU, the police public response unit, that I myself I use on daily basis to tackle issues of human rights abuse within the Nigerian police force. Then outside the Nigerian police force, all the security operatives, most especially the Nigerian army, these people they are not civil at all. They do not even take the life of other people into consideration before they carry out actions. But these issues does not even top the conversations in this country on daily basis. So it is imperative that we state that everybody have to tap into this conversation. every one of us as citizens of this country, let us continue to advocate for social justice. Let us continue to know what is right and what is wrong. And when we see something, you should be able to say something. Okay. So that we can be able to correct the social ills happening in this country.
Okay.
So that is my own sense of the issue.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ukuanovwe. You've really spoken like an activist. Thank you very much. And let me still ask now. You know, he said something that prompted this into me now. Do you think Nigerians are fully aware? Do you think Nigerians have the right orientation of what their human rights are? Do you think we have done well as a people to educate ourselves on our human rights?
Even Nigerians who know their rights do not believe that those rights exist or are applicable.
Okay, sorry, I have to cut you short. We have another caller.
Okay. My name is Mr. Aruna from Warri Delta State.
Thank you, Mr. Aruna. Go ahead and make your contribution.
What is that? I love that man, that Mr. Paul, for his words that he's saying. Is it right? We have no judiciary in Nigeria at all. No human rights.
Please, don't stop listening to your TV. Just go ahead and talk to us. We can hear you better if you don't do that. Oh, I have to let you go, Mr. Haruna. I have to let you go. Please feel free to call back. And when you call, try not to listen to your TV. Please. We'll always hear you better when you don't listen to your TV. Just go ahead and talk to us. Viewers, please feel free to call in. The number to call in is showing on your screen. And if you can't call in, please send us your
Nigeria,
comments. Okay, go ahead, Mr. Haruna.
Anyone who steal money, do anything, let them cut the head or they kill him. That's all. I will love it like that to be so.
Okay. Well, he agrees with what you're saying. This extrajudicial killing.
It's not extrajudicial killing. It's a death penalty that will be legal. Well, that aside, you were asking a question, and let me answer the question.
Yes.
So you see, human rights, or having a knowledge of your rights as a human being in Nigeria, is not applicable. It does not exist.
Why?
You see Nigerians. Okay, you see when somebody is telling you that you think is are we policeman will be telling you I will kill you and nothing will happen. A police officer is telling you I will kill you and nothing is happen. Nothing will happen rather. Number two is protest not a right of the citizen?
It is.
How come the government don't want us to protest?
He's asking the wrong
The police will be telling you that you should not protest. The police will tell you if we see you protesting, we'll arrest you. But in our constitution is a fundamental human right. Listen to the word fundamental human right. It is fundamental. It is basic. It is a right that should not be taken away.
True.
That is why it is a fundamental human right. We see there are human rights in the constitution that should be observed, but in Nigeria it is not applicable. So asking somebody that, do you know your right? I know my right, but is it applicable?
But at least know the right.
We know the right.
A lot of Nigerians out there, I doubt if they know their right.
They do. An Okada, a delivery bike man that is riding his bike, has all his documents intact. He knows his right, but that right is not applicable when he meets a corrupt Amak person on the road. They will destroy his day. It's not that we know our rights, but they are not applicable. See, in this part of the world, human right is not human right. Human right is what is on paper, and this will be telling to your face that forget your right. Let me even shock you. They have destroyed the courage to speak on your human rights. Nigerians are even afraid to talk about their rights. That courage to talk about their rights, they have destroyed it. Can you imagine? I have an issue with you, and I know you're at fault. I don't want to go to the police because I know the police will not uphold my right. You think if you offend me, I'll take you to the court? I won't, because I know my rights will not be protected. In Nigeria, the judges interpret a clarity law. They interpret the opposite of it. Where is the right? And 25% became a big grammar. A clear constitution that says if you move from one party to another, you vacate your seat. It is a clear written law. It's being misinterpreted. What right? It's not that we don't know our right. Even our lawyers who are practicing, our legal practitioners, they are even tired because they know that there is nothing like human right. There is no justice. I keep saying it. There is no conversation to have on any round table. Every conversation has been exhausted. We keep conversing, we keep talking. The only way to move from all of this injustice, all of this abuse of human right, is for God. I use the word God because it looks as if it's almost impossible. It's for God to give us that one leader that will come in and say, I stand for the people, with the people, and by the people. I will defend their rights and I will uphold justice. Even if I'm being found wanting, let me go. Let that person see his own brother going to the slaughter room, and he say yes, for corruption and injustice, take him. Let him go. And let me tell you something. Do you know why I say it boils down to that one leader? I'm a father. The way I govern my home, you understand, is what will become the reality of my children, even my spouse.
True. Very true.
If you have a leader that frowns at all of these things, you begin to see that corrupt policeman will no longer enjoy bribery. He will begin to frown at it. But because the people at the top of their affairs, they are promoting these things, they even come and pay the police people to deal with people.
Sure.
You see them, they pay customs to smuggling things. All these arms you are seeing, small arms you are seeing everywhere. They say government is fighting small arms. Who is bringing in the small arms? Are they not the ones bringing it to use it to cause problem in the society? These small arms, are they not coming through are they not passing through our customs? And you ask yourself, you see, if we begin to have a leader that says, not on my watch, not on my watch, you begin to see everywhere will begin to take form and shape.
Okay,
so on the basis of that human right, my sister, forget about it. We know our rights, but it is not applicable. It does not exist. It does not.
No, I disagree. It does exist.
Where is it?
If you talk about
it exists in your laws. It exists in your see, being existing on papers and not becoming a reality, then it does not exist.
Okay.
How can you tell me that I'm rich? It is on paper that I'm rich, but in my life it is not applicable. Nigeria is rich.
Adeshewa, you need to come and answer.
Nigeria is rich. We have oil, we have minerals everywhere. You go to Nasarawa, go to Jos, you see the way they are looting our minerals, taking them away. But we are poor. Why? Because it does not exist in our lives. So why do you call us rich?
Let me ask you just one personal question, Mr. Paul Smith. As a politician, as a Nigerian, as a father, do you believe Nigeria will get better one day? I want you to speak
as a believer,
the truth.
As a father, I will not answer the question as a father or as a Nigerian. I will answer the question as a Christian, as a believer. As a believer, I believe life will get better. And as a believer, I believe Nigeria will get better. But if you want me to answer you as a father, as a Nigerian, with what I've seen, with the rot I've seen in this country, with what is going on in this country, we have unreasonable men and women manning the affairs of this country. When I mean unreasonable, wicked men and women. How can one person own a mining site that has a gold deposit that is running in billions of dollars? What will that person do with that money in 20 lifetimes? And if I want to answer that question from that angle, I will tell you Nigeria will not be better. But as a believer, I believe Nigeria will be better. And how will Nigeria become better? When leaders like myself begin to come into position, that is when this country will become better.
Okay.
When leaders who have told themselves, I am sold out. You know, a friend of mine asked me a question. He said, Paul, you talk big, you talk smooth. What if you are in a position where you are being offered $2 billion to turn your eyes away?
I was actually about asking you
And
that.
I
I
asked
wanted
him,
you to finish.
and I asked him, if you offer me 2 billion naira, can 2 billion naira stop me from dying?
No, it can't.
Let me say $2 billion, not naira. Can $2 billion take me to heaven?
No, it can't.
Can 2 billion naira pay angels to turn their eyes away from my iniquity?
How can?
If 2 billion naira cannot do these things, then I cannot be bought. I don't need it.
Okay.
I don't need, because you know what my Bible tells me? He said, if my hope is in this world alone, then I'm of all men miserable. You understand? So people like myself, see, I keep telling my wife, I thank God I'm not hungry, but I keep telling my wife I could have been bigger than where I am if I had decided to practice corruption, if I have decided to abuse human rights, if I've decided to do all of these things, I would have been bigger than where I am. I have friends who are in APC. I have juicy offers to come. But what will I look like? What will it be said of me that it is because of money? If it is money, my hands can work, and I will work what I need. Whatever I have, I have worked for it.
Okay.
Do you understand? So it is not about all of these things. It is not necessary.
Okay, so
If money could have saved, Abia Kyari will still be alive, Abacha will still be alive, the rest of them will still be alive. If money could save, what money? That is the problem.
okay, Mr. Paul Smith.
What money?
All right, pipe it low, pipe it low. Well, viewers, are you still there with us? We're talking about justice in Nigeria. Have you been a victim of injustice, or have you been a victim of true justice? The number to call is showing on your screen. Please keep calling. I enjoy all the calls coming in. Please feel free to call in. The number to show is on your screen. And like I always say, if you can't call, please send us your comments via any of our social media handles. We want to read from you. Mr. Ukuanovwe, are you still there? Are you still there with us? Okay, Mr. Paul Smith talked about,
Yeah, I'm here.
he talked about human rights, fundamental human rights not existing. So I just want to ask, this injustice of a thing is, I'm sure there was a time you shared it, you've been a victim of injustice. So I want to ask, in your own opinion, what ways do you think Nigerians, let's not look at the justices, the lawyers and all of that, in what ways do you think we Nigerians can, help, can contribute to the cause of having a right justice system in this country? In what ways do you think we can do that?
The only way for Nigerians is for them to stand for their right at all time.
Well, then, sorry, sir. Standing for
once
your
right
right.
is infringed upon, once your right is infringed upon, you should be able to speak out. No, this is not right. As an individual, I have gone through situations whereby some persons would want to infringe on my right, and I would tell them, no, don't do that. There was a day I was in a public vehicle. We came down, a police officer on stop and search. He approached me. He wanted to search me. I said, okay, sorry, sir. I know you want to search me. There's nothing wrong with it, but please, can I search you first, so that I will be sure that you do not want to plant anything in my body? And the police officer looked at me. He knew that I understand the law on that aspect. And he allowed me to search him. After searching him, then he now proceeded to search him. And later on, he called me and said, I like what you did. And there are other situations where I also replicated.
Sorry, I need to hold on. We have a caller. Sorry, both of you just hold on. We have another caller. Okay, I've just been told that the call ended. I know
So
you want
let me say something. I was traveling from Abuja to Owerri. So when we got to this part of this road between Benue and Enugu, I've forgotten the name of that road between Benue and Enugu. You understand? Before you get to I can't remember, but between the road between Benue and Enugu, the policeman stopped us. That he saw me, saw my twin brother, and that he wants to search us. I was like, okay, before you search us and search the car, please let me search you. You know what the man said? You want to search a police officer? I will shoot you here. Not, are you okay? You want to search a police officer? Are you mad? I will shoot you and not to happen. It became a problem. I had to call Abuja. I had to call the Commissioner of Police Abuja that this is what is going on. He now made a call. He asked me where we were. I explained. He now made a call. Somehow they radioed the people. They had to radio. And this was after almost an hour plus before we are let to continue our journey. You understand? Now this it might be my brother's conversation that the person respected him, but I'm telling you, and I keep saying it, our rights does not exist in this part of the world. It does not. He is one person out of 100 people.
Okay, so Mr. Ukuanovwe, he also shared his own experience. What worked for you? The policeman allowed you search him, and before he searched you, but he said it didn't work for him, and unfortunately, he had someone to call. What if he was just someone that didn't have someone to call? So go ahead, finish up what you were
Do you know
to say.
SARS even broke into my house in this Abuja?
That is where our advocacy continue to come into place. We should continue such kind of conversation. We should continue to enlighten our people on their rights, what their rights truly are, and the channel at which they should go when your rights are being infringed. You should be able to share your experience, even after going through the very bitter experience. Once after it happens, you share it. You make sure you share it.
My brother, sorry. Let me shock you, my brother.
Your social system.
My brother, sorry.
You share it.
Sorry, my brother. Let me tell you something. I have a distant nephew of mine. As I'm speaking to you right now, he's in the police academy in Kano. I think he's in Kano. Yes, in Kano. He's in the police academy. And I think he's in his third year or going to his third year. Now, do you know that one of the things they teach them in the police academy is how to take bribes? Unofficial. This one unofficial. One of the things they teach them in the police academy is how to, when the case is being brought, how you make money from the case. That's one of the things they teach them, how to make money from when a case comes into a police station, how to make money. And I was shocked. And I noticed that anytime he's in school, he has his phone. I was like, are you supposed to be? He say, uncle, here, if you just said here that the police people who are supposed to be training them on the camp there, take money from them as bribe.
End of discussion. Please pause.
I am telling you, I don't. If I mention his name now, I know he's going to be in problem. He's my distant nephew.
Okay. So
he's in the police academy.
What were you saying?
I earlier mentioned that
in the police academy
fundamentally wrong with the recruitment of Nigerian police force. That is why I am calling for the reform of the NPF. Most importantly, I am calling for the reform of the NPF because there is something wrong with our recruitment. There is something wrong. So the way out right now,
dissolve the Nigerian police force. There is nothing dissolve. They start from the scratch.
Share your experience. Even the Nigerian police force, they have the escort that go after hearing police officers, and the escort is in all state command across the country. They have the CROU that attend to public complaints of infringement on rights, bribe, and extortion. They have all these machineries put in place. So if among in your state they infringe on your rights, you share your experience. One or two persons while we continue to have this conversation, one or few persons, we have this very information and we have these details and we have these contacts.
Okay. So did you follow?
Easy. The CROU is on Twitter. They are on Instagram. They are on Facebook.
Yes, sir. So did you follow the Erasmus case that came up in Hembelebe? Did you follow the Erasmus case that came up in Hembelebe? When this case came up, the PRO person of police force, what did he come to do? He came to social media and started attacking the woman that the police did not kill Erasmus. It had to take the IG to say no. This matter must be reinvestigated.
But at the moment, an investigation has been reopened.
But before that, what did he say? He said the investigation has been concluded that the police did not kill.
They infringe on your right. You speak up.
Okay,
You see,
gentlemen. Okay, gentlemen. Okay. I believe I'm still the anchor of this program. Mr. Paul Smith, please pause.
What he or she is doing, and they will still infringing on the right. It's that simple.
Okay, Mr. Ukuanovwe.
Right now,
pause,
as a human
please.
being, I can tell you that I am above the person that his right to be infringed upon.
Okay,
don't be a madman.
Mr. Ukuanovwe.
Mr.
Ukuanovwe, please pause it there. Pause it there.
Let me tell you the solution to human rights.
Pause it there.
Human right abuse.
Look, my brother Paul.
Yes.
This country in our own.
Okay, I have a caller. Can you allow me? Attend to my caller?
And we are going to sanitize this country. And we will take back this
Director,
country.
please, can you meet Mr. Ukuanovwe and let me hear my caller, please? Thank you. Thank you for calling in. Please go ahead and make your contributions if you're still there. Go ahead and make your contributions. We can hear you. Uh-oh. Did I lose that? Okay.
My name is Danjuma Kelesh.
Okay.
I totally agree with what Mr. Paul Obasi is saying, because that is the bitter truth about this country. In fact, if every state we have a man, a cannibals of man like Mr. Paul Obasi, I believe change will begin to take place in every state, and then the country itself will change.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Should I give a solution?
I truly appreciate.
Let it not be that I'm complaining too much. Let me give you a solution.
Okay, let me give you 30
if perhaps,
seconds.
Which I'm just saying, if perhaps, and I'm saying this to those who are intending to become leaders tomorrow, if perhaps you find yourself in a position, but if perhaps I'm elected the president of this country, my first 100 days in office, I'll fix this country.
Okay. We had that from so many other politicians.
Those are miscreants. Forget them. They don't have the zeal. They don't have the will. They don't have the will to do that.
Okay.
Let me tell you. The Nigerian police should be dissolved. EFCC dissolved. ICPC dissolved. You see these institutions that are base to the society, you dissolve them. Okay. And you begin to build from the scratch. And when you want to build, you don't build it with Nigerians. You bring experts that will help you build from the scratch.
Oh,
that will instill.
Okay, Mr. Paul, I have another.
Patriotism is killing us.
Okay, calm down. I am not the enemy here.
I know you're not the enemy, but let me tell you about what patriotism is. Patriotism right now in Nigeria is man no man, and man no man is killing us.
Okay, man no man should stop killing us. So can you hold on, Mr. Okay.
We need to dissolve all this rubbish institution.
Okay, can you just hold on? That
is why somebody will get angry at me. You see?
Can you just hold on before you say this? I'm going to give you the opportunity to talk. I've just been told that one of our guests is here. He joined us virtually. Barrister Wayne, thank you for joining us despite the time frame. Thank you for joining us. Are you there with us? We're looking at International Day for Justice, and we have a few more minutes to go. But since you're here, let's hear your point of view from the legal perspective. Are you there? Is Barrister Wayne there?
Yes, I'm with you.
Okay.
Yes, I'm with us. Good morning.
Good morning.
So sorry I joined late. I just the matter in court.
No problem. It's understandable. So we're looking at the International Day for Justice, and then I have two gentlemen here trying to break my head with with their whole topic. So I want to know, what's your perspective about what we are talking about? I know you've followed the show quite briefly. What's your perspective on that? Do you think Nigeria is on the right track in the fight against injustice and violation of human rights?
No, currently we are not. We are far from attaining that easy access to justice. And the truth is this: it is a constitutional problem. There is a need for the National Assembly to effectively, immediately amend the 1999 Constitution and remove the barrier that we have in Section 6, subsection 6, paragraph C and D, which makes chapter 2 of the Constitution not justiciable. The fundamental objective of state policies, it's a right that cannot be justiciable because of the clog on the wheel of justice. And it is because the National Assembly has failed to take a bold step and say, you know what, I think it's high time we make it justiciable, because it is now practicable to enforce these social, economic, and religious rights that we all have. And the truth is this: the National Assembly, by virtue of item 60 and item 60A of the second schedule, part 1, has the powers to make laws for the promotion and furtherance of any item in chapter 2. Now, a lot of us have a lot of rights, but we cannot take federal government or state government to court. That's because they will tell you that these rights are just there on paper, but section 6 of section 6C and D makes it not justiciable, because the Constitution feels that it is only when it is practicable that government should provide these social amenities. So a lot of things that have gone wrong in our society in Nigeria today, and that are still going wrong, are tilted towards the fact that yes, a lot of their economic and social rights and also cultural rights are not justiciable. Also, I heard about the last speaker talking about dissolving the Nigerian police force. Of course, you cannot do that. The only institution, apart from the armed forces, that is constitutionally and legally created by law is the Nigerian police force by virtue of section 214 of the Constitution. Other ones are created by law. However, the Nigerian police force is the institutionalized authority to maintain law and order in the society. If you're talking about reforming the Nigerian police force, of course, I agree that there should be a need to have a holistic reformation of the Nigerian police force. Something that
We are finished.
happened in Lagos last week, which the society and the whole community came out clapping for the Nigerian police force. That was because the Nigerian police force holistically carried out a sting operation. The truth is this, my brother, whether you like it or not, the call for experts outside the country to come and reform us is neocolonialism. I humbly disagree that we Nigerians cannot by ourselves take care of things. We have experts, PhD holders, we have those that has gone for high training, not even in the US, but in countries far above USA. We have experts that are very intelligent in this country. I agree with you that patriotism and who is spoiling the country. However, the moment the Nigerian police force is in any attempt dissolved, the common man in the society is dead. Because even the Nigerian army does not have the local standing to say they are protecting your life and property, because they are only to protect the integrity and territorial sovereignty of the country. Every other institution are specific. If it does not concern financial crime, EFCC does not have any business protecting you. If it does not concern drugs, NDLEA does not have any business protecting you. And even the civil defense, they derive validity from the institution like the Nigerian police force. Also, talking about I heard when we were talking about searching of a police officer. Of course, it's your constitutional right. You have the right to search your searcher before you are being searched. The Supreme Court, in plethora of cases, has declared that it is a right, and that anyone who is searched without confirming the status of the searcher can actually void anything found on him, as that is going to be highly contentious. And when they present it in court as evidence, the court will most likely reject such evidence because it is contentious and there's no evidence that the person was searching his searcher before being searched.
Oh, okay.
Also, before I round up, I want to make this known that we are coming to a stage where, if care is not taken, we are going to have a lot of barriers in the opportunities of people to approach and get social justice. There is a need for all stakeholders to unite together, come together, and have a uniform protest. There is a need for all Nigerians to close their shops, close your market, suspend going to work. Everybody come out with a placard and start shouting and start chanting We need reform. We need reform. If care is not taken very soon, you will not be able to go to the studio anymore because the roads will be blocked by persons unknown, even in Abuja here. The cattle herdsmen are not the only challenge we have, but it will start with them. Put a gun in their hands and remove the cow from their hands, and they will start causing havoc. Okay. The truth is this, according to Karl Marx, we have to graduate from a class in ourselves to a class for ourselves. The only way we can help Nigeria now is for everybody to wake up and say, enough is enough. Let us what? Let us get it right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Before I let you go, Barrister Wayne, you talked about, you know, this whole protest of a thing. In fact, there's been one circulating from 1st to I think 10th of August thereabout. I saw that flyer. I don't know how authentic it is, but then I want to now ask, what happened to NSAS? That movement was so organized, but then we still had killings. People died, even though we had a section of people saying nobody died. People were injured. Do you think Nigerians will feel safe coming out to protest? Do you think Nigerians will feel safe? Because the police has actually been sending a circular out and people should not come out to protest and all of that. Do you think people will have the boldness to come out and protest for their rights against these injustices when they are being threatened to do that? And if they still come out and they get killed, who is to be blamed? The people who were want not to come out to protest and they came out, or the people who killed them or who injured them? Who are we going to hold accountable?
We are going to hold Mr. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu accountable. Wow. The commander-in-chief of the armed forces of Nigeria. This is no longer the Jangura era whereby things will go wrong and nobody is talking. It's a lie. The former president, Muhammadu Buhari, let him make an attempt to go to the US. Let him just fly out of Katsina State. Why is he still in Nigeria? Fly, go out first. Let us see you. Go out. Go out, Mr. Old President, former president. Let him go out and then let us see if the international bodies are not going to put him behind bars. The truth is this. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is a very smart president and he has loyalists around him. What he's enjoying mainly is that a lot of persons he put in power are loyal. The chief of defense staff is very loyal to him. Chief of army staff extraordinarily loyal to him. The chief of naval staff and chief of air staff are all loyal to him. They can die for him. He doesn't have any problem with people taking the blame for him. Okay, so let's talk about the reality of this NSAS now. There's a slogan that said, freedom come by struggle, freedom come by struggle, You must understand that there is no way, there's no society, there is no road that has ever been worked on without struggle. And the struggle and luta continua, Victoria and Santa. You must always understand that the struggle that we are talking about here is not the struggle of coming to vandalize people's shop. No. Yeah. What we are talking is about constructive and concise protest, intellectual and institutionalized protest, civil disobedience to the law and order, not just allowing people in Eastern Nigeria to say, we are not doing this, we are doing it at home. No. Let it be a uniform team. We are all sitting at home and we are not working. Let the government do their worst. Wike, the Minister of FCT, let him do his worst. Anybody that feels that they are more Nigerian than us, let them do their worst. We are not saying that people should come out and start burning the police van or killing innocent people. No. What we are saying is that we are not going to allow the status quo remain. We are going to change the status quo by coming out personally. I will also come out personally to protest. Let me tell you something. The man in you dies when you keep silent in the face of tyranny. You cannot keeping silent, saying that you don't want to die. The truth is this. The moment the institution of government sees that persons are really, really mean and they mean business, they will succumb and they will put a listening ear to the society. Okay. I have said it in different interviews. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu need to return the first subsidy. That is the only way our economic depletion and the high inflation will come down. You cannot start making plans for something that you have not prepared for. You cannot just say you are removing fuel subsidy when you have not put in institutional remedies and alternatives. The reason why there is a high need for Mr. President to be called to order. If you put a thing on something and it's standing, the moment you remove the thing, is no longer standing on, it will no longer stand.
Okay.
That is why there's a need for Mr. President to immediately understand that Nigeria is suffering greatly now, not because there's no palliative. We don't need palliative. The money that you are using, you are saving from petroleum subsidy, and you say you want to give it to Nigerians to use and survive. Put it back in the subsidy. Let Nigerians take back their destiny in their hands.
Okay, thank you.
That is the reason why it is the end of 20th of October 2020. History we never forget.
Not at all. Not at all.
Persons came out and said nobody died. But the truth is that we all knew that they said they used blank ammunition. Blank ammunition, whether it is blank or it is live bullets, blank ammunition can kill people in close range, not just injure people. So whatever the propaganda is, wait for ICC. International Court of Criminal Court of Justice is going to do the needful. It might not happen in 2024, but mark my words, 2031, 2032, 2033, that year, just watch. The people of Nigeria seem to be sleeping now, but they need a leader. If it was to be Peter Obi that won this election, and Peter Obi was doing this same thing, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu would have led a protest. He would have led a protest all over Lagos and all over Yoruba land. He would have led a protest against President Peter Obi if he had won the election. The reason why Nigerians are sitting there and watching, they are waiting for a leader to arise. Sowore would have been a leader, but he does not have that push from the general masses. And even the youths are not following him up. So as it is, if Atiku can come back now to Nigeria, mobilize all PDP supporters and even LP supporters and say, come, they need to protest. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu will not touch him. If you are touching him, you are touching the whole Northerners. We need a leader that will come out and call for a protest, and people will rally around him, and he will say, today, we are not going to work. We are protesting against this high rascality in government. How can you be private jet, be presidential jet of billions, and you are telling Nigerians that we should endure with you, that you know we are suffering, but you are spending billions and billions of naira on a daily basis? Of course, that is inhuman.
Yeah, but Barrister Wayne, I think I'll have to pause you there. Mr. Paul Smith, you have been itching to say something, so let me allow him before. He's close to me here. Before he throws that stray bullet.
You see, I was one of the those who championed the EndSARS in Abuja. We were in the front from day one till the last day. They brought DSS with Hilux and Hayas and G-Wagon and whatever to attack us. We were on the forefront. One of the most peaceful protests that Nigeria has ever experienced was the EndSARS.
Yeah.
We walked from street to street in Abuja. Everywhere we go, the food we eat, whatever the death is, we clean it.
Yes, it was also.
In fact, that was the best time of my life. I was proud to be a Nigerian. Why? Because we coordinated ourselves the way a civil society was supposed to exist. But what happened? We were killed. You see, any protest that will not be like what is happening in Kenya right now will not amount to anything.
But in Kenya, lives are being wasted.
Of course. Sebi, he said it now. Freedom comes by struggle. If the struggle is not to sit at home and say we are not working. Any protest right now in Nigeria that will not see. If you want that level of change, lives will go. Okay. You are claiming that shops are looted. It will be looted because the people who are coming to protest, a lot of them, the reason why they are coming is because they were hungry. They got angry and they came. The shops will be looted. Those are the prices that we will pay. And Kenya has not paid the prices. All the cabinet dissolve. Now what they are saying is for Ruto to resign, and watch it in the next few weeks. Ruto will resign. Okay. Why? Because these people are with one voice.
Power belongs to the people.
You understand? That with one voice. If that is the kind of protest that we are talking about, very good. it will amount to something.
Okay.
But if we are not talking about that kind of protest, you are saying want to sit there. You see, now this society does not understand peaceful protest. Nigeria does not understand a peaceful protest. So if you are saying that a peaceful protest will bring about change, my brother, forget it. We are wasting our time.
Okay,
and I will say it again. I will echo it even from the mountaintops. What we need in this country is that one leader. Whether he's a military leader or a democratic leader, we need that one leader that will come and be ruthless in the change of this society.
Okay, thank you.
Whether it's a military leadership, which I'm not opposed to. Whether it's a military leadership that will have the power and the authority to do and not do for this country to be better, let it happen.
Thank you,
But
Mr. Paul Smith.
if we are saying all this civil process, you want to talk about this civil process. See, the people you are dealing with are not civil. These politicians are not civil.
Mr. Paul
Some
Smith.
of them are ex-drug. Some of them are ex-drug dealers. Some of them are criminals.
Mr. Paul Smith. Mr. Paul Smith. This is hearsay. So
if you want to deal with them, if you want to be civil with them, this country will not get better. Forget it.
Okay, pause.
Civility will not change this country.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank
you very much, Mr. Paul Smith. Well, viewers, are you feeling the heat here? Are you feeling the heat? At a point, I have to smile to take off the steam a little bit. Did you feel that heat? Okay, so Mr. Ukuanovwe, let me start with you. Time is really not on our side. We have to close. So I just want to ask you for your last words to Nigerians with regards to what we just discussed. Injustices, violation of fundamental human rights. I want to know what last words you have for Nigeria. Can you make it a bit brief so that, we can close the program? Mr. Ukuanovwe, are you there?
My last word to our people. Yes, I'm here. My last word to our Nigerian people is that injustice anywhere is injustice everywhere.
True.
Nigeria is in a state of chaos. And if we do not stand for our rights, nobody will stand for our right for us. If we do not fight our fight, nobody will fight it for us.
Okay.
Let us reclaim our country. Let us keep the conversation. Let us do it lawfully, legally. Let us make our demands.
Okay.
Like my brother, the lawyer said, he said that you cannot just do something and you will not take blame for it. Anything that happens to us, when we come outside, the president will be held accountable and responsible. We know our right, and we are going to fight for it.
Okay.
Freedom is not giving.
Okay.
You take it, you grab freedom. They don't give it to you. It's not a birthday gift.
Okay.
And this country, as a believer of Nigeria, I believe that we are going to reclaim this country from these people that are holding us hostage. And we are going to do it legally by means of demonstration, by keeping conversation, by continually speaking out. So Nigerians, raise up. You don't need to chicken out. You do not need to say, okay, what happened in 2020 is going to repeat itself.
Okay.
Be courageous enough. Let us reclaim our country.
Thank you.
Thank you. And may God bless Nigeria.
Amen. Amen. It's our prayer. Truly, thank you. And thank you for joining us on this show. Let me hear from you, Barrister Wayne. Your last words for Nigerians with regards to what we just talked about. Is Barrister Wayne there?
Yes, I'm with you.
Okay.
Yes, my last words for Nigerians, very, very shortly. I want to encourage all Nigerians to keep the fire burning. Don't sleep. G. Mason. No sleep. Wake up. Be alert. Be conscious.
Okay.
I want every person to use their social media and drag Mr. President. Keep dragging Mr. President. All the bloggers, all the YouTubers, everybody, drag Mr. President. Drag your governors. Not just president alone. Drag your governors. Drag your governors, because they are the ones that are receiving all the allocations that is supposed to make your life better. There is a need for every person to use their social media.
Okay.
Employ your social media and use it wisely, because there is a power in that too. The power that we have in social media is extremely powerful.
Okay.
The struggle we are talking about is not going to just start on its own. It will start with a movement. There's a need for a leader to rise. We need a leader to rise, and we need a leader to lead us. A leader that is not affiliated to any group, but for the people of Nigeria. Because, like I keep saying, a looter Continua Victoria Asanta. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Barrister Wayne. It's really an honor. In fact, look at the few minutes you spent with us. So much came out from you. We truly appreciate. Despite your court case that I hope you won the court case, or the judgment has not been given. We truly appreciate your presence here. Thank you very much. And let me come to Mr. Paul Smith. Hey, stray bullet, one hand. Okay, so let me hear your last words to Nigerians regarding what we just talked about.
Well, I want to say to Nigerians, the people who govern us, the people who we are looking up to, these people do not care about us. They are not ready to play fair. They are not ready to work for you. So I'm saying to Nigerians, you must rise up and fight for yourself. I think there is a protest coming up on the I think 29th or so. Don't sit in your house. Come out. Take your future in your hands. And I want to say to Nigerians, your future is possible. Very, very possible. And the only way it is possible is if you decide to pay the ultimate price. The ultimate price that you will tell yourself, even at the expense of my life, I want Nigeria to become better. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Paul. He was a bit gentle right now, wasn't he? Despite the fact that he was trying to hold himself, well, I must commend him. He was a bit gentle. I was thinking maybe I would have gotten some stray bullets. Well, thank you very much to our three amazing guests that made our time to come for this show. Thank you very much to you, our viewers out there. To our callers, you made this conversation worthwhile. Thank you so much. And even to those behind the scene, Mr. Godstime, Adeshewa, Sheyi, all of you, thank you so much for making this a seamless program. And like Mr. Godstime Ukuanovwe said, I quote, freedom is not a birthday gift. So as we mark International Justice Day in Nigeria, I want to encourage us to recommit to building a nation where justice reigns supreme, where the vulnerable are protected, and where accountability is the hallmark of our institutions. Nigerians, may our collective efforts towards a just society be unwavering, and may we emerge stronger and more united in our pursuit of truth, equality, and human rights for all Nigerians. I strongly believe that together we can forge a brighter future where justice is not just a dream, but a reality for every citizen. We deserve better. And I still quote, freedom is not a birthday gift. You have to rise up for it. And freedom is coming tomorrow. So until we come your way again with another interesting episode tomorrow, same time, same station, please stay safe out there. Remember, injustice against one is injustice against all. Bye for now.